Hi guys, how are you doing today? Chantal here. It's late and I have to do this video. I haven't done a video for a few days now, probably a weekish or a bit under, and it always sits on me. What are you doing, Shan? You need to make a video. But through it all, I am a mom, I am a student, I'm a manager, I run a home. I have a very busy life, and so I do try to practice what I preach. Sometimes I have to, and you have to, say no to things. You know, if you can't do something now, what I've learned is if I can't do it now, or I haven't got the capacity to do it now, I'll do it tomorrow or the day after. And that's one thing that took me a very long time to grasp. And I know that there's some people out there that are still trying to do everything all at once, all the time, because you can. Why not? You can do it. You feel strong enough. There's nothing wrong. Why not? But those things do sometimes get on top of you, and your body might feel okay, but your brain's saying, stop, stop, stop. Well, anyway, that isn't the topic for today. The topic for today, the last image that I posted on Instagram was you need to make that change. And the reason why I posted that is because I believe that some people are stuck, and I believe they're stuck in a mindset of either this isn't going to work for me, I don't believe it, something different is wrong, rather than it being a mind body condition, and it just doesn't sound like that is what the problem is. And how can it be coming from my brain? It feels so real in my ears, or in my head, or in my eyes, or in my face, or in my hands, or wherever your sensations are. And I get it, because in the beginning, before I knew about mind body, I was convinced, is it a tumour? You know, it's something wrong with my eyes, there's something wrong with my brain. And I got myself in such a state. And I get it, because until you can rule all those things out, then you're like, okay, you're not going to think it's anything else apart from the things that you're fearing. I had a CT scan, had all the tests done, or blood tests done. The only thing that came back was that my iron was a bit low. But even when my iron was, back to a normal level, I was still getting the sensations that I was getting. I still felt unbalanced. I still had tinnitus. I still felt self-aware. I still hated being around people. I still hated the light. I hated noise. I still hated all of that. So you can still have like a tick, tick, tick. It's not that, not that, not that, not that, and still be fearful, because you're living with these physical sensations and fears, and you're not in yourself as you usually see yourself. So I 100% get that. However, when I did read and learn about neuroplasticity, and when I did start to somatic track, and when I did start to body scan, and I did see a difference, it wasn't after a second, but after a moment of me creating safety and being with the symptom and allowing it to be there and not judging it, I noticed that the symptoms would reduce. And because my mindset wasn't set on fixing and fear, it was set on, okay, I can feel this. This is where it is. I know that you're there. Okay, Shan, deep breaths. You're going to go in the office now. You've got this. And I'd walk through the office and I would just have my shoulders back. I've got this. And sit down. Symptoms would reduce. And so I needed to make that change. Without me even, I fell upon the book. I fell upon Mind Body. I didn't know about it from, someone talking to me or saying that. It was someone who mentioned it in a support group. However, that's how it landed. It was someone posting a book by Alan Gordon and by Joey Remily, Rocksteady and The Way Out. Those books, I prayed for healing, and next day those books dropped in the support group, and my mind was opened. It was opened to wanting to heal I was so desperate. A place of desperation brought me to a place of reading and listening to audiobooks and applying. And I became the evidence that I needed to carry on and carry on. So the change is needed, because if we don't see ourselves as, more than just an employee, an employer, a mother, a student, a friend, a daughter, a sister, we also need to see ourselves as who we are on our own. Are you in tune with yourself? We can actually, this is actually a topic for another video, but we can control our symptoms. We can control how our brain reacts, and we can control the symptoms that we have. We really, really can. And safety does that. You can control your symptoms by how much your brain believes that you're safe. And when we understand about mind body and how to apply it to our lives and how to believe it and how to have that new mindset shift and how to see things differently, how to calm ourselves down, how to handle setbacks, all of the things that I talk about all of the time, when we actually grasp that and we move from like a beginner to more of a intermediate advanced, we can actually control the things that are the sensations and the intensity of them in our lives. This isn't like a fast journey, oh bam, you're there. This is a continuous thing. It's a continuous learning and applying, changing, adapting and doing things differently. But you need to make that change, because making the initial step to, do you know what, I'm going to start to work on myself. I am going to make these changes daily. I am going to try to look at things a bit differently. I am going to try and look at my symptoms without judging them. I am going to try and create safety by taking that deep breath, by telling myself I'm okay, by believing in myself. All of these things will help you to become your own evidence and to apply that change that you need to get better and for your symptoms to reduce. So yes, I'm sorry the video's taken so long. I do hope this has helped. I wish I had a magic wand where you could open a door or you could just go and then you can see your future, and I could show you what your future can be if you just believe that you can reduce your symptoms by applying safety. So if you have a mind-body condition, you've ruled out anything structural, and it is a chronic condition, and it's coming on with stress and anxiety and fear. It's reducing when you're less stressed. All of these different, I think I've got a video on here or a image of the 5 or 6 things to check to rule out and then to rule in mind body. I will actually do another video on that. But once you've ruled that out and you've got a mind body condition, do the work. So yes, anyway, I will leave you to your morning or your evening, wherever you are in the world. And yes, and I'll speak to you soon. And you know where I am if you need me. Take care. Bye bye.